I love that entry music. I feel like I just came in on a shining star. Well, welcome to Ric Drasin Live. I'm your host, Ric Drasin. I'm here to talk with a friend of mine today who is an attorney. We've known each other for quite a while, and he started training when he was in his 30s and his 40s and 50s, but he told me at 57 he realized he needed to go to the next level and get in shape in his 60s. And there's a lot of people out there that don't know what to do in their 40s, 50s, and especially in their 60s. They're falling apart like a cheap suit from Tijuana. So, I mean, the threads are breaking, everything's falling, the sleeves are falling off, arms are falling off, and they say, oh my God, I got to get in shape at 60. What do I do? I don't know how to go to the gym. I don't get a trainer. What do I eat? So we're going to talk about that today. So it's my pleasure to have here Howard Fields. Hi, Howard.
Hi, Rick.
It's so good to see you. You said you've been working out in your 30s.
Yes.
And at a gym?
Yes.
And did you know what you were doing by any chance?
Not really.
So what did you do when you went in there if you didn't have a trainer?
I didn't have a trainer. I went through a number of different machines and I did some cardio work.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Did you get the results you wanted?
I thought I was satisfied.
Yeah. But thinking you're satisfied, if you think, then you are. And then what? You looked at a magazine and saw all these big guys and said, hey.
No, I went to Hawaii and I wanted to learn to surf. So I took surfing lessons and I had no problem with stamina and getting out there and paddling and everything.
Yeah.
And I saw this picture of me in front of the surfboard and I went, whoa.
I think we have that picture. There it is.
Yeah.
Well, that was just after birth, right? No, I'm kidding.
It was before lunch.
Yeah, before lunch. You know, when you see that and the truth is in front of you, you think, I really got to do something. So then at that point, you decided in your mind, I've got to do something.
Yes.
And how old were you there?
I was 57.
Okay. What went through your mind? What did you think you had to do?
I've got to do something myself to look better.
Okay. We know that, but what?
What I did was I sought out a trainer, a specific type of trainer, and I'll be real honest. I looked for a trainer who trains movie stars to look good on screen, and I figure if the person gets the movie star to look good on screen, that person has to be good. And I found a great trainer. His name is Mike Ryan. Works at a Gold's Gym in Venice.
Yeah, I know who he is.
I hired Mike.
Did you look at other trainers up to that point?
No.
You just went right to him?
I said, I want results. I want somebody who's going to get results.
Okay. And how did he start you out by doing what?
He gave me a training program. He assessed me. He took me through strength training test, asked me what my goals were, gave me diet advice, and I had a routine. And I worked with him a few days a week, and I followed his training program religiously.
How often did he change his routine for you?
I don't recall. It wasn't all that often, but I had a set routine of one body part a day: chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms. In that
sequence.
In that sequence, and followed by 20 to 30 minutes of cardio.
So basically, you train the one body part a day once a week, and then the next week you follow the same thing again.
Pretty much.
Did he switch your exercises around on a weekly basis where you didn't do the same thing the second time?
Yes, there were different exercises. It wasn't always the exact same thing.
Did he sit down with you and tell you about diet?
Yes. I basically got it. Wasn't that difficult. There was the eat this, don't eat that list. Eat grilled this, grilled that, vegetables, brown rice instead of white rice, wheat bread instead of white bread, and it was just sensible. If it was too complicated, it wouldn't work.
Did he choose your diet plan, or did you choose that diet plan yourself?
I chose it. With what I could eat and what I should eat and not eat.
So was it basically the high protein, low carb?
It was high protein, not low carb. Yeah, it was low carb, but not no carb.
Do you feel like I'm the attorney and you're on the stand now?
Yes.
This is important stuff because the problem with this, and Howard's doing really good, he's done a lot in the past couple of years, is you people who watch this and you have questions, you don't know how to eat. And a lot of trainers don't tell you how to eat, and that's the most important part of your training. It's 80% of your body is your diet. It's what you put in your mouth.
Absolutely.
Just like those little mandel breads I ate out there. I know they're fattening, and I had a dozen of them, but you know what? I still got the rest of the day to burn that off. The rest of the day I'll eat clean.
I didn't deprive myself.
No?
If I had a craving for chocolate chip cookies, I would get one big one, but I wouldn't eat 3.
Yeah, well...
I also got rid of the ice cream in my house.
I would buy 3 cookies and eat 4. And when I go to Ina's house and she brings out dessert, and she knows better now, she would bring out 5 different flavors of quarts of ice cream.
I got rid of all the ice cream in my house. I had ice cream for company, for the kids. But I used to be able to sit down and have a half pint and.
Yeah, but that's the thing. My daughter says the ice cream doesn't count because it melts, turns to liquid, so you don't get fat off it.
That's like dip the donut in the coffee. It doesn't count because the sugar's gone.
Oh, I never heard that one, but I do slurp up the
That
crumbs.
was my grandfather.
How soon did you start to see results?
Probably a couple of months.
It takes a while.
It took a while. But I started seeing some results probably within 2 months.
You know, it's one of those things that you start your diet and you don't see much the first week, and then the second week you start to feel a little bit better. Third week it starts to kick in. Fourth week all of a sudden you see the reduction in body fat and you look in the mirror. Your mirror is your best judge right there.
Absolutely. Mike would always tell me, don't get on the scale. Use the mirror.
Yeah, I do get on the scale every morning just because I like to know where I am, and I can go from, I can drop 8 pounds in 4 days. And I think it's mostly water. If I don't eat carbs, because carbs are like a sponge. When you have a lot of pasta and rice and bulky foods, the water goes in there and it just fills up, so you're heavier. You drop the carbs out, and all of a sudden the water comes and you urinate all night long. I have a trough next to my bed just in case. And so that I wake up and I'm light and my face is gone, and I think, oh wow, I lost all that water. But it does take time for that to kick in. But once you get on a roll, and you got that diet down tight, and you're really watching your carbs and keeping the protein high for the 6 weeks, 8 weeks on down the road, you get in a routine, you don't even want sugar anymore. And then if you do eat it, you feel lousy.
You're absolutely right. I still like certain sweets. I just don't eat the volume of sweets that I used to eat.
Do you eat the volume of food you used to?
Right now I am, but it's a different food. It's quality, not so much quantity.
Like what, for example?
I eat lean beef, chicken, fish.
Okay.
I happen to like grilled vegetables.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Having flavors and herbs and spices, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. How about cheese?
I'm not a real big cheese lover.
Eggs?
I have eggs.
Protein,
a lot of egg whites.
Protein supplement?
I have protein shakes. I usually have 2 a day.
Is that whey protein?
Whey, yeah. Whey or a mixture of whey and casein.
Jerry Branham told me, who is very, very smart when it comes to scientific training and nutrition, that you need the egg yolks. He says the yolks really don't make you fat, but you need the full egg because that contains all the vitamins and stuff you do. So when I make my eggs in the morning, I'll always leave 1 or 2 yolks in with the whites.
It's exactly what I do.
Yeah, and that gives a little more flavor too. The whites are kind of boring, but the yolk helps. What would you recommend to others your age if they wanted to train? I'm sure you have friends that are attorneys that are out of shape, and I'm sure they look at you and say, God, how you look so great. What did you do? How would you tell them to start a program?
I first get a good trainer. And there's plenty of stuff out there also on the internet giving you ideas. Also, training in your 60s is not like training in your 20s or 30s. Your body takes longer to recover.
Yes.
Somebody in his 20s can train the arms twice, maybe 3 times a week. You can't do that when you're older. Yeah. It just takes a while. But there's plenty of stuff out there. There's books. There's go to your website. We'll find lots of.
Can we run some of Howard's pictures that I sent you for today, that people see what he looks like, the changes that he's made? I do everything twice a week, and I'm a little older than you, but I try to rest. I just feel better on twice a week. I've tried the once a week thing, and I just don't. I'm so used to it, training so hard, that in the beginning years I did everything 3 times a week. That was the thing, because the gyms were open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for men, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for women. So you couldn't go to the gym during the week because the women had it all. I did put a wig on and go one day, but they found out about me, so I had to forget that. That's a really good picture of you right there. Where was that taken?
That was taken at a photographer's studio. I have to give Rich Wysocki a plug. He's awesome.
Yeah, good shot. There's another one too, I think.
And that was about, let's see, 7 months after that, I call it the Fat Hawaii picture was taken.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. That's all diet, right?
That was training and diet.
Yeah, I mean, training's important, but if you don't diet, it's not going to work. You have to diet with it. What about what?
Diet, by the way, of course, guys, it's what you eat.
Yeah.
It's not how little you eat.
Right. In fact, you have to eat more.
Absolutely. I did find that I was eating more because you put your body into the starvation mode.
Yeah.
And you're craving food, and then as you're trying to build muscle or firm everything up, you're actually losing it because your muscles are looking for fuel.
That's right. So you end up eating up muscle.
Absolutely.
Last question is, what made you decide to go into physique competition, which was before it was going to be bodybuilding? It's more physique competition. You had a reason for doing that. What was your reason?
I had not thought of it. One day I was at the gym, and there was the truck out there doing the underwater body fat testing. And I got in there, and the guy running the tests said, "Had you ever thought of men's physique competition?" I said, "What's that?" And he told me, he says, "Not bodybuilding, you go out there with board shorts, you ought to try it." And so I dieted down and did a contest.
That's what gave you your motivation.
Yeah.
Because you had a goal.
I had a goal.
If you set a date and you have a goal, you have to meet that goal, that date.
Yes.
That's a huge factor. And for you people out there too that want to train and get in shape, set yourself a goal by a certain date, whether it's 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 4 weeks, that you need to lose a certain amount. And it's not always by the scale like Howard says, it's how you look in the mirror, how your clothes fit. If your pants are tight, maybe they'll be 2 inches looser. If your shirts are loose, maybe it'll be 2 inches tighter. It depends, because your weight will stay the same sometimes, but yet your body fat will go down and your muscle will get bigger.
Well, that's true, Rick. I actually went from size 35 waist and 40 short jacket to 42 jacket and 32 waist.
Yep, that's exactly what happens.
I didn't think it was possible.
It's exactly what happens. What's your plan for future training? You have other goals besides this?
Keep it up.
Okay. I try to keep it up whenever I can at night. And the other thing is, before we close out of this, it's a huge difference from your corporate road or your corporate world to the people that we know that I grew up with in Venice. Is that a big transition for you?
Yes and no. The interesting thing is, when I train at Gold's in Venice, I've met a lot of lawyers.
I'm sure.
Including one who took my deposition one day when I was expert witness, and who said, "You look familiar." And I didn't recognize me. He said, "You train at Gold's at 6 in the morning, don't you?" Yeah.
Well, it's the Mecca. I mean, that's where people go that want to get in shape. And it definitely is an interesting crowd. And they're good people. And there's a lot of helpful people there that will help you through your workout. There's a lot of knowledge in that gym. So if you're going to go somewhere, I'd just soon go there and get the job done. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for being here. If you had one tip to tell people your age about training, what would you tell them?
Don't give up. Set a goal. Be consistent. Work hard.
Yeah.
Diet sensibly. Don't starve yourself. Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up. Reach your goals. Well, thank you, Howard. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I always have fun talking to you, and we have lunch, and we just kibitz a little bit. And I want to remind all of you that I do have a book out there called Bodybuilding for Dumbbells. It's a very basic training book that you see on the screen right now that teaches you what we did back in the 70s for a basic workout, basic diet that will end up getting you results like the greats of the 70s, the golden era of bodybuilding at Gold's Gym in Venice Beach, along with myself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dave Draper, Chuck Collis, Eddie Giuliani, Mike Katz, Ken Waller, you name it. You know all those guys. And I also want to thank you for watching Ric Drasin Live. We'll be here every Friday at 12:30 p.m. on emPOWERme.tv, and we'll see you next time. Hi, I'm Ric Drasin. For tips on health and nutrition and fitness and bodybuilding and wrestling and all the stuff you want to know, subscribe to me on emPOWERme.tv. I'm on every Friday at 12:30 p.m. I'm looking forward to meeting you. And stay healthy.